Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Joris and today I am finally here with the update for my Yuh-portfolio for July of 2025. And as you can see, I added Nestlé to my Yuh-portfolio, and on the 25th, at the evening of the 25th, on my Yuh-portfolio there was 2,981.20 Swiss francs. So getting closer to the 3,000 marker. And yeah, in the meantime, it dropped a bit. We're going to look at that later. But the only thing that I can do is stay consistent. So on the 25th, I deposited 200 Swiss francs again into my YUH account and I invested it immediately. In hindsight, I should have waited because there is a lot of things going on. Trump came back on his decision and went back to a tariff of 39% for Switzerland. So there is a lot of movement on the Swiss markets here. And if I hold off, I maybe would have bought another stock beside Nestlé. But yeah, time in the market beats timing the market. And on the 25th, I believed that Nestlé was the best buy. So that's what I bought. And all the numbers that I'm going to give today are from the 25th of July. Also the quadrant overview that I'm going to look at next. That's from the evening of the 24th. So I'm 2 weeks late with this update, but I was on a holiday with my wife and kids. I was in Belgium to visit my family and my wife's family, and that's important too. And that's why I invest in the companies that I invest, because I know that even though I can't look at it every day, I don't need to worry because I invest in quality companies at a good price, and that's for me the main thing to go for. And here are my quadrants for July of 2025 for my companies, and the one that is here in the green, that's the one that I bought, Nestlé. It moved below the PE of 18, so it went from the buyable but needs to drop to the buyable section with a PE of 17.59. I picked it up, so here it was 17.69, but in the morning of the 25th it moved down even further, and then yeah, last week it was even 71 and a bit, so it was really cheap, even below 70 I believe it was this week. So it's incredible what's going on the stock markets right now, but I'm not worrying at all. I picked it up below the target PE value of 18, so I bought a great company at a great price. Volkswagen still valued at a good price as well, AXA as well, BKW and Shell as well. Then we can go to the buyable that needs to drop, and the ones that I want to point to is Holcim and Amrize. So before they gave their results, so at the end of July, they provided the results. Amrize presented their results two days ago in the evening. So here there was the EPS of 2.02 for Amrize. Now that they gave their results, it's 1.95, so it came down even further. And it has a PE now of 19.22. So way off from my PE value of 16. But you know that for me, Amrize needs to be below 32. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. It's now around 37, 38 that it's going for on the Swiss stock market here. So not quite there yet for me to pick up some shares. And of course, Holcim presented great results. The earnings per share went up now to 3.66. So that one has a PE of 18.51. So also not for me buyable, but still at a great valuation. And Holcim plus Amrize together, it was a great decision of the management to split Amrize. The only thing that they should regret is the fact that they overestimated the price of Amrize to come to the stock market, because then the US people will feel a bit betrayed because it was too expensive to come to the market. and it seems then like all the money stays in Switzerland, and that's not a wise decision, because then MRIs is going to come down more. But for me, that will be then an opportunity to pick up some more shares of MRIs, and I will be on the lookout for that. Then we have the buyable but. So Swiss Re and Logitech are on that list. Logitech, I would like to have it down more, so that I can pick up some more shares. But yeah, Logitech, it's a great company, so I picked up some shares earlier, and if it keeps rising for me, that's okay as well. PSPN, still one that is escaping my my possible buy, so it keeps a too high PE valuation for me. And then BASF, so the PE is actually lower because the EPS is going to start rising for this one, and the results were great that they presented the end of last month, so that was a great thing, and they are slowly going up, but I'm still hesitating to buy more, but it's not far from pulling the trigger on buying some more BASF. And then you have ENG, really outperforming the market. It's really a nice stock. I wish I bought more, but yeah, hindsight is always easy, of course, and you have to buy it when you have the money. And right now, it's for me, it's too expensive. It's above my PE target value of 9, so I need to wait until it comes down a bit again. And then not buyable, and there the same list stays on the tables with Swatch, Infineon, Eni, Enel, and Bayer. And more on Swatch on the end of this video, because yeah, here you can see the PE value. It's 134.19, so way high. The earnings per share came down once again. Now you have the troubles with the high tariffs for Swiss products going to America, on top of the fact that China is still not picking up its speed. There are good signals coming from China, but until we see them really in the numbers of Swatch, that's just speculation, so we need to wait for that. So what did I buy? I bought Nestlé. I bought 3 pieces at a price of 73.72 Swiss francs. So that means at a PE valuation of 17.59. And the total cost was 222.40 Swiss francs. And I was able to do that because I had more than 40 Swiss francs on my account, on the Yuh-account. And it was really close to be able to buy 3 stocks, because I was left with 26 Swiss francs and a bit, and you need to have 10% of spare compared to the amount that you want to invest. So I only was close by about 4 Swiss francs on my account to be able to buy the 3 shares. If it wasn't possible, I would have bought 2 and then bought another share. But I was really happy that it came down just a little bit, even more on the Friday morning, and that I was certain that buying 3 stocks wasn't going to be a problem. So now Nestlé is my biggest position in the portfolio. The previous time I bought Volkswagen, that one became the biggest position, and since then BKW and Volkswagen were switching positions from day to day, actually, on top of my Yuh-account. But now Nestlé is the leader by quite a stretch, in fact, because Volkswagen came tumbling down a bit because of the past week, and Nestlé is keeping its numbers up. So when they presented their results, nothing that they presented actually surprised me, and they were hitting the numbers that all the analysts were expecting as well. But still, it came tumbling down a bit, and I thought, hey, nothing is going on with the firm. They are performing as they should, so I will pick up those 3 extra shares. The previous time that I bought it, it was at 73.24 Swiss francs. So now it was slightly more expensive. So the previous time I had a PE value of 17.18 when I bought it. So now it was still below my PE threshold of 18. So I said, very happy to be able to put 3 extra shares into my portfolio. And in my humble opinion, Nestlé remains a resilient global leader in consumer goods with a diversified portfolio spanning nutrition, beverages, pet care, and health science. And they have a strong pricing power and brand loyalty as well. So for me, they are still headed towards a bright future. But it's not financial advice, it's just my opinion that I'm saying here. So before you go ahead and buy Nestle for yourself, do your homework yourself as well. So I'm looking at all the numbers, I'm looking at how the company is performing, and I believe that I did a great buy. So on the 25th of July, I deposited 200 Swiss francs, and then my total contribution so far in the Yuh-portfolio is 2,700 Swiss francs. At the end of this month of August, I will have deposited 2,900 Swiss francs, and that means that we have deposited 12 months of 200 Swiss francs, because I started in the beginning of September with a position of 500 Swiss francs in 3 different stocks. So you can go back, way back in my videos and look at the first video that I made for the Yuh-portfolio and see which 3 stocks that were. And the total on my Yuh account is now 2,981.20 Swiss francs. I shouldn't say right now, it's already a while ago. So 2 weeks ago, it was 2,981.20 Swiss francs. And on my balance, I have 26.38 Swiss francs left. So that's my cash position, and it was 48.78. And that's why I was able to buy the 3 shares of Nestlé. And these are now my investments in my Yuh account. So Nestlé leading the bunch with 439.92 Swiss francs. On the day that I took the screenshots, they were down a little bit. Then you have Volkswagen with 410 euros. Now they came down a bit, so they are closer to BKW, and BKW has a price right now of 362.60 Swiss francs, a value of 362.60 Swiss francs in my Yuh account. Then Logitech is following, DHL, Shell, BASF, AB InBev, and that one came tumbling down enormously in the past week. So that is one that I would pick up some extra shares of by the end of this month if it stays the way that it is, because yeah, it's incredible. In just 2 weeks it fell from 63 euros to 51 euros. So I don't know what is going on there, but their numbers weren't bad at all as well. So it's always a surprise what happens with the prices of companies that present their results. But I'm not complaining at all. I'm just going to pick up some extra AB InBev shares. As a Belgian, I'm more than happy to pick up some extra shares of that great Belgian company. Then you have AXA, followed by Swatch, which also lost a lot of value. It's trading around 141 Swiss francs right now. Then you have Holcim, ENG, and Emrise. And in the Getquin app, you now have MRIs with the right description as well. So I'm really happy about that in Getquin as well. And we will take a look later on the Getquin app on how my Yuh-portfolio is performing right now. And then of course we have the Swiss coins, because with every trade I get 5 Swiss coins extra. So now I have 340 Swiss coins, and the previous price it was 1.9 cents 02413 Swiss francs, and now you can see that it moved up to 1.9 cents 24916 Swiss francs. So it is up 1.19% once again this month, and now I have 654 Swiss francs on my Yuh account. So for the roundup of this month, you can see that, yeah, my portfolio is trading up, but that's always a bit deceiving, because you know that I added 500 Swiss francs, and then every month I keep adding the 200 Swiss francs. So with that, the natural movement is to go up like this. It's only when you go to a real big amount already in the portfolio and you add only 200 Swiss francs that the effect of the additions of the money is going to be less and less and less. But in the beginning, it always shows a line like this. But still, you see as well that so far I deposited 2,700 Swiss francs, and my total on my Yuh account is 2,981.20 Swiss francs. So I already gained 281.20 Swiss francs. But actually gain isn't a word, because I haven't sold anything yet. So you only have a gain when you sell a stock. So it's just on paper that I have already more gains than 1 month of contributions in my Yuh account. So if you look at the cash position, which makes up 26.38 Swiss francs, and my invested amount being 2,725.17 Swiss francs, so that's with costs and exchange costs and reinvested dividends included, because otherwise I wouldn't have an amount that is bigger than 2,700 Swiss francs added to my Yuh account, of course. And the investments being 2,954.82. So the stocks make up of that part 2,948.28, and the Swiss coins make up the rest, 6.54 Swiss francs. And this makes that my current profit or loss on the stock, so my profit is 223.11 Swiss francs, which means that my portfolio is up 8.19%. And as said, at the end of August, I will be on it with my Yuh-portfolio for 1 year, so we will see then where I am more or less for my first year in investment. And then the overview of our to be expected dividends for next year. So with the addition of 3 extra pieces of Nestlé, we go up to a total amount of 18.30, so it was 9.15 Swiss francs, and now we have 18.30 Swiss francs for coming from Nestlé, which makes that we have a total of 40.44 Swiss francs coming in brutto and 74.50 euros. And with the conversion, so 1 euro making up 0.933 Swiss francs on that time, now it is trading up finally. So that's a really good news for my for our ETF portfolio as well. So we are now up to 0.94 once again. We are at a total expected dividend for next year of 109.95 Swiss francs. So we are moving towards the 200 Swiss francs, which is quite nice, because that's the amount that we add every month to our portfolio, which means that we would be able then to invest 1 extra month in the year that we reach 200 Swiss francs. But we are, yeah, still a long way from that as well. So that's just dreaming for my part. But the current yield is 3.73% and the yield on cost is 4.03%. And the total net dividend received on the Yuh-account is for 2025 so far is 33.51 and 19.88 Swiss francs. We can go to Getquin and look at the dividends that we still can expect and how it is going now. So hopefully, yeah, okay, it's there. So now the portfolio is worth around 2,900 Swiss francs. So it came down. It's no surprise with all the things going on in the world, all the news coming towards Switzerland, and yeah, the biggest one here is Anheuser-Busch, which is now worth only 100, less than 150 Swiss francs. So I'm only up 1.03 on AB InBev right now. I was up way more before, but that's the way it goes. You need to be able to live with that. And here as well, Swatch. I'm big in the red on that one, so it's now down to 141.24 Swiss francs, which isn't great as well. But if you want to pick up some shares of Swatch, just wait. I will talk about Swatch in a few seconds. And then here you can see the dividends. So total received it's 68.62 Swiss francs right now, but you see that I still can expect a bit more than 10 Swiss francs to come, because Logitech is going to pay out its dividend in September, then Shell as well, and Shell is going to pay out another one in December, and then you have ENG Group that is also going to pay out its final dividend for the year. So those are the amounts that I can still expect. And as said in the previous video of the Yuh-portfolio, I really believe that it's a pity that they don't add 2026 earlier in Getquin, because that would be great. And another thing here, you can see MRIs Limited is now depicted correctly here on Getquin as well. So that's great news as well. And then we can go back to the presentation, because I want to talk about Barclays, the British bank, and UBS, the Swiss bank, what they think about Swatch, because they are both quite negative about the stock, and in one way they are definitely right. So Swatch is faced with a lot of difficulties in China and now in the US as well. So in that regard, I believe that they are correct, that they say, okay, you have the book value of the company, but it's worth less for us. That's correct. That's totally correct. I would do the same thing, and I'm doing the same thing as well. So for me, it is worth around 165, 170 Swiss francs, not 141 like it is now. But Barclays, oh yeah, I made a mistake here. So it's Barclays like that. Has it at 135 Swiss francs and as underweight. So they don't advise to buy it right now. And UBS even has it at 127. And the crazy thing is that when you read everything from UBS about Swatch, then you can even see that they say that it can go down to 76. A value of 76. That means an undervaluation compared to its book value, which is right now 233.44 Swiss francs, of less than 70%, than 30%. So that's about 30% of its book value. That's really crazy that you undervalue a stock by about 70% just because you don't like Nick Hayek. And you can say a lot about Nick Hayek, that is straightforward. but that's what I like about him. I also like the fact that he doesn't fire people and put them on employment aid or unemployment aid, because he wants to keep his people. In the case that everything is picking up, that he still has his capable people working for him. I believe that is a good thing for Swatch. And for me, Barclays and UBS are really, yeah, they aren't reasonable anymore. Especially UBS with a target, giving a target of 76 Swiss francs for Swatch. That is just crazy. But on the other hand, if it goes to 76, then I will be hopefully able to buy 3 shares if I have enough on my Yuh-account balance, that with my 200 Swiss francs that I deposit, that I will be able then to buy 3 shares. That would be great. So the only thing that I fear is that the Hayek family is going to start buying more and more shares and take Swatch from the stock market at a really low valuation. And then me as a shareholder, I will be screwed because I will have lost a lot of money in Swatch. Okay, now here it's only one share that I own, but relatively it's a lot of money for me. And I also own Swatch on my Swiss quote account because I like Swatch. I owned Swatch watches since I was 7 years old. Then at my 12 years old, I received another one. And every time when I go to the Swatch store and I present them my watch and I say, hey, my battery is empty, they change it for free and it runs for another 5 years. So for me, that's a great deal. And for others, yeah, they don't seem to appreciate it. So that's up to them. But I believe in Swatch, and I will keep supporting Nick Hayek and the rest of the management of Swatch. And I hope that things turn around in China and in the US as well, that the tariffs go down. It doesn't look too great, but yeah, everything can change in about 5 years' time. So let's make this stable once again when we reach 2030, and let's see where Swatch is then. I hope for the best, and yeah, UBS and Barclays are hoping for the worst right now. And with that being said, thank you for watching to this one, and see you on the next one on my YouTube channel. Bye.